Supreme Court on Friday dismissed doubts about hacking and manipulation of electronic voting machines, termed pleas for return of the paper ballot system as foible and unsound, and rejected the prayer for giving voters physically access to VVPAT slips and for 100% counting of paper slips. The court was unequivocal in attesting to the integrity of EVM, saying the possibility of the hacking or tampering was unfounded. The suspicion that EVMs can be configured, manipulated for repeated or wrong recording of votes favor a particular candidate should be rejected, it said. A bench of Justices Sanjeev Khanna and Dipankar Datta, however, passed directions to further strengthen the integrity of the system and said, like EVMs, symbol loading units shall be sealed and secured after symbols have been loaded in VVPAT. A furious Delhi High Court on Friday lashed out at AAP government over its failure to provide textbooks, stationery and other items to 2 lakh students in MCD schools. You are arrogant to the core. This is arrogance of power at the highest, High Court said after Delhi government blamed the MCD commissioner for not seeking funds. In snatching remarks, High Court said Delhi government was only interested in appropriation of power, even as the government council accused the Lieutenant Governor of failing to form the standing committee. A bench of acting Chief Justice Manmohan Singh and Justice Manmeet P.S. Arora also slammed Delhi government for its submission that approvals of CM Kejriwal can't be taken in this matter as he is in jail. It is your choice that the CM wants to continue despite being in jail. It is your administration's call. Now your minister says since the CM is inside he can't take decision. National interest comes supreme, but you have placed your personal interest above it. You are forcing us to say it. We can't allow children not to have textbooks, the bench told Government Counsel Shadan Farast. Congress on Friday suspended Nilesh Kumbhani, its disqualified Surat Lok Sabha candidate, for 6 years, accusing him of negligence or collusion with BJP. His nomination was rejected on April 22 after all his 3 prospers claimed that their signatures were not theirs. The nomination of Suresh Padsala, his substitute candidate, was also invalidated for the same reason. The rejections paved the way for BJP's Mukesh Dalal to be declared uncontested winner. Kumbhani has since stayed uncommunicated, though he released a video pledging his allegiance to Congress. This is different. A turnout of 64% was recorded in 88 Lok Sabha constituencies across 12 states and the Union Territories of J&K in the second phase of election on Friday, which was largely peaceful even as several states saw punishing heat conditions with temperatures crossing 40 degrees Celsius at many places. The turnout was lower than 69% in 19 in 81 of the 88 seats. The 19 figure does not include the delimited 5 seats in Assam and the lone J&K seat that went to polls on Friday, as well as the outer Manipur seat where voting occurred in 15 assembly segments in the first phase. The turnout was lower than 19 in most states. Kerala recorded a turnout of 70%, a drop of 7.5% points over 19. Armed with a video of his predecessor, Manmohan Singh standing by his remark that minorities, particularly Muslims, should have the first claim on the nation's resources, PM Modi on Friday claimed vindications and sharpened his appeasement charge against Congress and its allies. In 2009 video, Singh, possibly in response to a question to a presser, twice iterates the statement he first made at the 2006 meeting at National Development Council about Muslims being prioritized in allocation of resources. I said minorities, particularly Muslims minorities, if they are poorer, they have prior claim on economic resources of the country, and I stand by that, Singh is seen saying in the 2009 video. Four D Pharma students of UP's state-run Veer Bahadur Singh Purvanchal University in Jaipur, who wrote nothing but Jai Shri Ram and the names of some star cricketers in a recent exam, were awarded 50% marks. The bizarre disclosure through RTI prompted a probe and re-examination that led to 4 getting 0 marks. The probe panel has recommended that the 2 teachers who gave the 50% marks be sacked. VBSP Vice Chancellor Vandana Singh confirmed. That will follow once Governor Anandiben Patel approves the action as Chancellor, a senior varsity official said. Divyanshu Singh, a former student of the university, filed the RTI plea questioning the marks of 4 and complained to the governor, triggering the probe. The city saw intense weather conditions on Friday. On a scorching first half with daytime temperatures soaring to the season's highest was followed by a cooler, pleasant evening with strong winds, thunderstorms and rain in several places. At base station Safdarjung, the maximum temperature was recorded at 40.5 degrees Celsius, a notch above normal, making it the hottest day of the year so far. Before this, the season's hottest day was recorded on Thursday. At this degree Celsius, Mungeshpur was the warmest area of the city, followed by 42 degrees Celsius at both Pitampura and Pusa. The minimum temperature was recorded this. Post 5:30 pm, the weather in the city suddenly changed under the influence of a western disturbance. A court on Friday extended the judicial custody of former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, co-accused Vijay Nair and others until May 8 in a money laundering case linked to the alleged Delhi excise policy scam. The court also directed Enforcement Directorate to submit a report on time it is likely to take to digitize the documents related to the charge sheet. The accused were produced before the court through video conferencing upon the expiry of their judicial custody granted earlier. Special Public Prosecutors Naveen Kumar Matta and Simon Benjamin, appearing for ED, alleged that the accused were delaying the proceedings as they were not willing to expedite the hearing. The former Deputy CM has been detained bail by the trial court, Delhi High Court and Supreme Court in both ED and CBI cases. The apex court has also dismissed his review and curative petitions against the denial of bail. Sisodia had moved a bail applications before the court in the ED case, which was dismissed on April 28, 23, while his bail application in the CBI case was rejected on March 31 to 2023. Then he then approached Delhi High Court challenging the trial court orders, but his bail applications in both ED and CBI cases were dismissed on July 3 and May 30 respectively. While Supreme Court dismissed his appeal, it has granted him the liberty to file a fresh bail plea. Sisodia was arrested by CBI on February 26, 2023 in the Delhi excise policy case, and while he was in judicial custody by ED arrested him in the related money laundering case on March 9, 2023. The Commission for Air Quality Management has asked urban local bodies in Delhi NCR to develop ward-wise parking area management plan to increase or rationalize parking charges to discourage private vehicles by August 30. The Commission said though the Supreme Court has directed formulation for a comprehensive parking policy in 2020, nothing has materialized on the ground. Vehicular pollution is one of the prominent sources of pollution in Delhi NCR. According to a study carried out in 2018, the contribution of transport to PM 2.5 in Delhi's air was 39% and NCR's air 13%. In an advisory dated April 24, CAQM said the Supreme Court on August 10 had directed the then 5 urban local bodies in Delhi and other authorities concerned in NCR to frame a detailed comprehensive parking plan for the region. The Commission said the apex court also take cognizance of the high contribution of the vehicular sector towards the overall AQI in Delhi NCR in a series of hearings during the winter months of 23-24. While the contest on the 7 Lok Sabha seats in Delhi is largely being seen as a dipolar one, with India bloc partners Aam Aadmi Party and Congress pitted against Bharatiya Janata Party as joint opposition team, Bahujan Samaj Party has also thrown its hat in the ring by announcing candidates for 6 of the 7 constituencies. BSP's Delhi President Lakshman Singh said the candidate for South Delhi parliamentary seat was likely to be declared on Saturday. BSP made its poll debut in 1989 by fielding candidates on 245 seats, for which 4 scored a victory. The party contested 5 seats in Delhi that year but could barely get 3% of vote share. BSP founder Kanshi Ram contested from East Delhi parliamentary constituency and was polled 11% votes. Though the party has been consistently fighting elections in the capital, its best performance came in 2008 Delhi Legislative Assembly polls, then when it secured 14% votes won 2 seats and was second on 6. However, its performance has been sliding since then. In 14 Lok Sabha elections, BSP bagged 1.2% votes, which dropped to 1% in 19 elections. The party sent 17 councillors to MCD in 7, 15 and 12 and 3 in 17. It however failed to open the account in 22. A senior party functionary said whenever a candidate starts showing some caliber in Delhi, other parties poach him. Lakshman Singh however exuded confidence that BSP's performance would be far better than the last few elections, and the party was poised to give a tough time to BJP and AAP Congress alliance candidates. We are a national party and have a huge cadre base in Delhi. You cannot take us lightly. You will see us fighting a strong election on all the 7 seats, BSP's Delhi state president said. With the chief minister and AAP supremo in jail, his wife Sunita Kejriwal will spearhead the party's campaign in Delhi with a roadshow in each of the 4 constituencies where AAP has fielded candidates under a seat-sharing arrangement with the Congress. Delhi Minister Atishi said Sunita will lead a roadshow in the Kondli Assembly area of East Delhi Lok Sabha seat on Saturday and another in West Delhi on Sunday. Kondli MLA Kuldeep Kumar has been named as the party's candidate for the East Delhi. Election officials said on Friday that voting percentage. Sunita Kejriwal will start campaigning from East Delhi tomorrow, April 27. She will hold a roadshow and will seek blessings from the people for Arvind Kejriwal. On 28 April, she would hold a roadshow in the West Delhi Lok Sabha constituency, Atishi said. Former Congress MP Mahabal Mishra, who joined AAP some time back, is party's West Delhi candidate. I want to tell the BJP that the people of Delhi, Punjab and the entire country are standing with Arvind Kejriwal. They are against the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal and will definitely give him their blessings and will definitely vote for the AAP, Atishi said. The bustling market at Safdarjung donned a saffron hue as hundreds of BJP supporters and workers gathered in a garden to take part in the campaign of party's New Delhi candidate Bansuri Swaraj on Friday evening. Swaraj in a pink kurta did not disappoint them. Greeting the crowd, she spelled out 5 commitments to her constituents. I pledge unwavering support to the people of his constituency through thick and thin, in times of adversity and triumph. I also vow to allocate 25% of the MPLAD funds as per the demands of the Welfare of Residents Associations, said Swaraj, who is making her poll debut with the Lok Sabha elections. Building upon the assurance given by the Prime Minister Modi, I guarantee that every household in the New Delhi constituency will benefit from our initiatives. I will also ensure that the voices of our constituents resonate within the chambers of parliament, she added. At the end, with her voice toughened, Swaraj reminded voters about her roots. सुषमा स्वराज के संस्कारों के साथ हूँ, this and this. Municipal Corporation of Delhi's House meeting on Friday descended into chaos after the postponement of mayoral elections. The elections for mayor and deputy mayor were scheduled for April 26, but Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena postponed the exercise on Thursday, citing the lack of the Chief Minister's opinion on the appointment of the presiding officer. AAP councillor, upset with the LG's decision, raised slogans against the opposition party near the Ambedkar statue at the corporation headquarters. Later in the House meeting, they brandished a copy of the constitution on a photo of Ambedkar, accusing BJP of murdering democracy and making anti-Dalit decisions. Aam Aadmi Party on Friday came down heavily on the BJP for its anti-Dalit mindset and repeatedly taking steps that are against the constitution. The party also criticized the LG for acting as BJP's behest and postponing the MCD mayoral election. Addressing a press conference, AAP MLA and MCD in charge Durgesh Pathak said that the party was seeking legal opinion on the LG's postponement of the election, citing no consent from the CMs on the appointment of the presiding officer. BJP and the LG have been completely exposed. Their anti-Dalit and anti-constitution face has came out. We are looking for oppositions to approach the apex court and make it a big issue because the people of Delhi are very angry. The BJP people are changing the constitution every day. That's why the people of the country are now fed up with them, Pathak said. Aam Aadmi Party on Friday claimed Standing Committee of Municipal Corporation of Delhi, which had the power to sanction money for the big ticket projects, could not be constituted only because Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena had unilaterally and illegally nominated 10 aldermen to the civic body without the aid and advice of the election dispensation. Friday marked the first day this year that the daytime temperature in the city crossed the 40 degrees Celsius mark. It is also the most delayed 40 degrees Celsius temperature for the national capital since 14. In April 14, the maximum temperature crossed the mark on April 29. In the past 3 years, the city crossed 40 degrees Celsius much earlier. Later on Friday evening, strong winds up to 50 km per hour were reported in several places, along with an intense spell of rain. In some areas, there was only a drizzle. The wind speed was recorded at 24 km per hour at Safdarjung and 46 kmph at Palam. The rain intensely ranged from very light to drizzle. However, in some places there was an intense spell as well. Strong winds also led to uprooting of trees and some damage, said Kuldeep Srivastav, senior weather scientist, Indian Meteorological Department. According to IMD, the maximum temperature on Saturday could hover around 39 degrees Celsius. Srivastav said the impact of the western disturbance will reduce from Saturday onwards and the daytime temperature will see a rising trend. The city's air quality meanwhile remained moderate on Friday with air quality index at 199 against 195 a day earlier. Looming water shortage continues to stare at southern India as level of shortage of 42 key reservoirs in 5 states Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu has collectively reduced to 17% of the reservoir capacity, bringing the level to lower than the storage during the corresponding period last year. Individually, Kerala's reservoirs have, however, better storage than last year. Data released by the Central Water Commission shows that these reservoirs had 8.8 billion cubic meters of water as on Thursday, against a total storage capacity of 53 BCM. The storage during the corresponding period of last year was 29% of total capacity, where average storage of the last 10 years during corresponding period was 23% of the total live storage capacity of these reservoirs. Thus, storage during current year is less than the storage of corresponding period of last year and is also less than the average storage of last 10 years during the corresponding period, said a weekly bulletin on status of the country's 150 key reservoirs spreading over 5 regions monitored by the CWC. Though water level in the reservoirs of other regions except the eastern region too declined compared to the live storage during the corresponding period last year, reservoirs in the southern region showed the steepest fall. Overall, 150 reservoirs across the country collectively has 53.3 billion cubic meter of water, which was 30% of the total live capacity of 178 BCM on Thursday. Reduction in water level at the time of the year is, however, not unusual, but its sharp decline this year is quite worrisome as monsoon is still more than a month away from the country's mainland. The overall higher decline in reservoirs across India is attributed to below average monsoon rainfall last year. Less monsoon rains means less storage in these reservoirs during the rainy season and more withdrawal of water during the post-monsoon phase, both for drinking and irrigation purpose, said an official. He said the forecast of above normal monsoon rainfall this year would, however, bring relief. The 5th annual high-level meeting between the Indian Coast Guard and Royal Oman Police Coast Guard took place in New Delhi, marking a significant milestone in the collaborative efforts to combat transitional illegal activities at sea and promote regional cooperation. This meeting, conducted on April 23, follows the institutionalized mechanism as outlined in the MOU between the ICG and ROPGG. A delegation from the Royal Oman Police Coast Guard, led by Colonel Abood Aziz Muhammad Ali Al-Zibari, Assistant Officer Commanding, arrived in New Delhi to participate in the meeting. The high-level discussions were led by Director General Rakesh Pal, AVSM PTM TM from the Indian Coast Guard. The meeting focused on bolstering bilateral engagements through capacity building program, cruise ship visit, implementation of Sea Rider program, establishing professional linkages between pollution reporting centers and other collaborative arrangements. The students at Columbia University who inspired pro-Palestinian demonstration across the country dug in at their encampment for the 10th day Fridays. Administrators and police at campuses from California to wrestle with how to address protests that have seen scuffles with police and hundreds of arrests. Officials at Columbia and some other schools have been negotiating with students who have rebuffed police and doubled down. Other schools have quickly turned at law enforcement to douse demonstration before they can take hold. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken met Friday with Chinese President Xi Jinping and senior Chinese officials, stressing the importance of responsibly managing the differences between the US and China as the two sides butted heads over a number of contentious bilateral, regional and global issues. Talks between the two sides have increased in recent months even as differences have grown. Blinken said he raised concerns with Xi about China's support for Russia and its invasion of Ukraine, as well as other issues including Taiwan and South China Sea, human rights and the production and export of synthetic opioid precursors. Blinken sounded a positive note on recent progress made in bilateral cooperation, including in military communications, counter narcotics and AI, and which the two sides agreed to start talks on how to reduce risk from the rapidly emerging technology. But he stressed that even as we work to deepen cooperation where our interests align, the US is very clear-eyed about the challenges posed by China and about our competing visions for the future. I reiterated our serious concern about the PRC providing components that are powering Russia's brutal war of aggression against Ukraine, Blinken said at the end of his visit, using China's official name, the People's Republic of China. Yesterday, a two-judge bench of the Supreme Court comprising Justices Sanjeev Khanna and Dipankar Datta rendered its judgment in the matter of Association for Democratic Reforms versus Election Commission of India and another, the EVM's case. It rejected ADR's petition and upheld the validity of voting by EVM, ordering two additional safeguards. ADR and NGO asked that either the system of voting by EVM should be scrapped entirely or altered significantly if EVMs are to continue. The petitioners argued the voter verifiable paper audit trial slip should be given to the voter for him to physically case it into the ballot box, or that all VVPAT slips in the country should be counted alongside the electronic tally. At present, only electronic counts given by 5 randomly selected EVMs in every assembly segment are subjected to verification against the tally given the VVPAT slips. Additionally, the petitioners challenge the rule that only permits the voter himself to call for physically verification if he feels there is a discrepancy between his vote as cast and the VVPAT slip. They submitted that any elector not just such a voter should be able to request a recount. What is a safe total for Kolkata Knight Riders? The team management must be wondering that after they went down to Punjab Kings by 8 wickets, even after putting up 261 for 6, their best at Eden Gardens and their second highest IPL score, on being asked to bat first here on Friday. The match recorded the highest number of sixes, 42 in a T20 game, as after KKR hit 18 of those, Punjab Kings bettered that by getting 6 more to record the highest run chase in a T20 match by scoring 262 for 2 in 18 overs. The host benched an injured and out of form Mitchell Starc, but his replacement Lankan pacer Dushmantha Chameera did not face any better, giving away 48 runs in 3 overs. In reply to KKR's 76 run for no loss in the power play, Punjab openers Johnny Bairstow and Prabhsimran Singh, coming in an impact player for pacer Arshdeep Singh, set the platform with 93 for 1. Bairstow, making the comeback after 2 matches in place of Liam Livingstone, led from the front, taking the KKR attack head-on. The Englishman reached his 50 of 23 balls and 100 of 45 balls with 8 fours and 8 sixes. Punjab Kings titled the balance of the match in their favour by getting 132 runs for 1, their highest IPL score at the 10-over mark. The Bairstow-Rilasco second wicket stand for 85 runs came in just 39 balls to keep Punjab Kings on course. Shashank Singh then kept his good form going to finish off things, steadily undefeated on 68, along with Bairstow, who got 108 of 48 balls with the help of 8 fours and 9 sixes. The two were involved in an unbroken third wicket stand of 84 runs of just 37 balls. Yuvraj Singh has identified the swashbuckling Suryakumar Yadav and pace ace Jasprit Bumrah as key to the Indian team's prospect in the upcoming T20 World Cup, owing to their ability to change the complexion of the game in a jiffy. Yuvraj, who was pivotal of India's title triumph in the inaugural edition of the tournament in 2007, said Suryakumar will need to have a good outing for the team to win the cup for the second time, while also suggesting that Bumrah needs to be at his best. Suryakumar Yadav, Yuvraj, was quoted as saying by ICC, because the way he plays, he can change the complexion of the game in 15 balls. For India to win the T20 World Cup, Surya is going to be the key. I think Jasprit Bumrah will also be the key with his bowling, and I would like to see a leg spinner in the squad as well. Yuzvendra Chahal has been bowling really well while dissecting the oppositions regarding who should be India's first choice wicketkeeper. Yuvraj expressed satisfaction with veteran Dinesh Karthik's form in the IPL, but said if it knows part of the playing 11, there is no point picking the 38-year-old in the squad. DK has been batting well, but the thing is that the last time they picked him and the T20 World Cup was on, he did not get to play, Yuvraj noted. If DK is not in your 11, I don't think there is any point in picking him. There is Rishabh Pant, Sanju Samson, and both guys are in a great form, and obviously they are younger. I should like to see DK in the mix, but if he is not going to play, then you would rather have someone who is younger and can make the difference. Usually halfway through an IPL season, the training sessions get shorter, with several players opting to focus on recovery. With the summer suns getting stronger, one should have expected the same ahead of Saturday's match between Delhi Capitals and Mumbai Indians here at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Instead, the bulk of the MI team went through a grueling session on Thursday afternoon, while the Capitals camp also set up an intense session on Friday evening. This is a time when each IPL performances count, with the selection for the upcoming T20 World Cup due soon. At a time when Indian cricket seems to be grappling with workload management issues, one could see Hardik Pandya going full throttle with the ball in high heat, and Akshar Patel turning up for a lengthy net session barely 40 hours after playing a tough match against Gujarat Titans. Capitals captain Rishabh Pant too was present, overseeing his troops. Rohit Sharma on Thursday had a long and nuanced batting session, and Ishan Kishan, hoping to resurrect his international career after a fallout with BCCI, decided to push the limits by batting for nearly 2 hours at the practice area before moving on to the centre square to sharpen his range hitting skills. The two teams are delicately placed in the table. Capitals have a chance to push up the top 4, and MI are clearly staring down a cliff. Stakes are always high for players in the IPL, but the pressure is more this time, as the next few weeks may prove to be critical for many careers. One player who must be eager to seal his T20 World Cup spot at the earliest is Akshar Patel. Forever in the shadow of Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar has been selected and dropped from World Cup squads quite a few times. Capitals Director of Cricket Sourav Ganguly asserted on Friday, Akshar, Rishabh are certainties for me for the World Cup. I am sure someone like Rohit, the way cricket is going these days, would want to someone coming at number 8 to bat and give him those 15 to 20 runs which Akshar can easily do. And if he needs someone to go in the middle and hit spinners, Akshar can do that too. That's the advantage with Jadeja and Akshar. Akshay's promotion in the batting order at number 3 paid off immediately for Capitals in the last match as he scored a valuable 66 runs, and the economy rate with his brand of left-arm spin has been hovering around 6-7 runs per over in a tournament which has been 200 become the par score. There's another phase to Saturday's match that adds to the context. The MI's power hitter Tim David pointed out an afternoon match is closest to the conditions one may expect in the T20 World Cup in Caribbean. We have got a day game in Delhi and it's 38 degrees. It can be similar sort of conditions in the Caribbean and a day match is here. It's pretty warm. It's hard to speculate on what the pitch will be like in a month's time. They could do a lot of work and make real flat pitches. I could rain the day of the game and would spin, David said. The IPL is tantalizingly poised, but the heat is on the players to make the case of the World Cup selection.